3 jets lost, a cruiser firing on its own fighter, a supercarrier twisting through missile fire in the Red Sea. Newly released Navy investigations expose a strike group stretched to breaking point, revealing training lapses, system failures, and lethal chaos aboard the USS Harry S. Truman. The US Navy has released a sweeping set of investigative summaries detailing a string of serious mishaps aboard the USS Harry S. Truman Carrier Strike Group during its high-tempo deployment to the Middle East from December 2024 to May 2025. The findings point to training shortfalls, leadership failures, equipment malfunctions, and systemic strain across the strike group at a time when US forces were under near-continuous missile and drone attack from Yemen's Houthis. Between December and May, the Nimitz-class supercarrier lost 3 FA-18 Super Hornets, suffered a collision with a merchant ship, and endured multiple close calls, including a near miss in a friendly fire engagement that nearly brought down a second jet. In a statement, the US Navy said,
"Each investigation was conducted independently and thoroughly, in accordance with Navy policy, immediately following the incidents. Appropriate accountability actions have been taken to address these incidents."
But the newly released documents paint a stark picture of a strike group pushed to operational limits. The most alarming incident occurred on 22nd December 2024, when an FA-18F Super Hornet from the Red Rippers of VFA-11 was mistakenly shot down by the guided missile cruiser USS Gettysburg while returning from a mission over Yemen. The strike group had just fought off a large Houthi salvo, including anti-ship missiles and one-way attack drones. In the confusion, Gettysburg's combat team misidentified the returning aircraft as enemy threats. Investigators noted that the cruiser's identification friend or foe system was not functioning properly, and several critical tracking systems were either offline, misconfigured, or unreported. Another incident followed on 28 April 2025, when the carrier executed sharp turns to evade an incoming Houthi ballistic missile in the Red Sea. Inside the hangar bay, a single-seat FA-18E Super Hornet from VFA 136, secured for towing, suddenly rolled free after its brakes failed. The jet and the tow tractor slid across the deck and went overboard. On 6 May 2025, an FA-18F attempting to land at night caught the fore arresting wire, but the system malfunctioned. The jet overran the deck and plunged into the sea. Both crew members ejected safely. A probe later found the arresting gear had failed due to inadequate maintenance, low manning levels, limited technical knowledge, and insufficient training, all worsened by the carrier's high operational tempo. Flight operations resumed within hours. The Super Hornet community suffered further blows months later in the South China Sea. In October 2025, an MH-60R Seahawk from HSM-73 crashed during routine operations from USS Nimitz. Just 30 minutes later, an FA-18F from VFA-22 also went down during a separate flight. All personnel survived and were rescued. These incidents coincided with President Donald Trump's Asia trip and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's planned regional tour. Vice Chief of Naval Operations Admiral Jim Kilby said the investigations highlight broader readiness challenges.
These investigations assessed underlying procedural compliance and standards. Despite the challenges, the sailors of the Harry S. Truman Strike Group demonstrated adaptability, professionalism, and complete commitment to the mission.
Officials emphasized that US forces have been engaged in nearly 2 years of continuous combat operations in the US Central Command area, primarily against Houthi missile and drone attacks. A senior Navy official noted the service currently faces 18,000 personnel gaps at sea, contributing to fatigue, stress, and operational risk.